Hi guys, welcome back to UKDiver. If it's your first time here, then just welcome. I'm glad that you're here. I know I'm very glad to be here. But where exactly is here? Well, we are still in Egypt, and we are still in the beautiful Bel Air Azul Resort just in Hurghada on our final day before I've got to fly home tomorrow, which is unfortunate. And in typical my luck style, we were supposed to be going out snorkeling today off the fantastic house reef that they've got here with a beautiful drop off, but the weather has blown in and it is literally blowing a doozy. Check it out. Last day, the snorkeling's blown out. Ooh, the big rollers. So that was the end of the plans for today. So lots of red flags, no swimming, no snorkeling out. So what we're actually going to do for you is a little review of this beastie. This is the SeaLife Sports Diver phone housing. Earlier this year, I treated my gorgeous wife, say hi wifey.
Hi wifey.
To this little beastie here because Sarah is an avid mobile phone photographer, and this seemed perfect with us doing a number of trips this year because Sarah also loves snorkeling, so she can pop her phone straight into this and take some pretty good shots. This is the sort of latest iteration of a few versions of these type of things that I've seen, to be honest with you, but this one is by far the best. I think the first one was just basically a Ziploc bag that you dropped your phone into and then tried to operate the controls through the bag, which didn't seem very good at all. This is quite a step up from that, so I guess we'll start by seeing what's in the box. So guys, this is the box, and start off with you get a really nice hard case for this unit, to be honest with you, and it is one of the nicer boxes that I've seen. It comes with 2 zips, which makes unzipping very easy. And this is what we get. So inside we've got a couple of compartments, the main unit itself, this nice little protective flap, and then in this bag here is the pump, and then you've got some space to store all your other stuff such as moisture munchers, which we'll talk about in a minute, spare batteries, and the instructions and all that kind of jazz. If we flip back over to the unit itself, it's in a nice little foam insert that does hold the unit really quite tight. We pop it out, and then here is the unit itself. So let's take a close look at this bad boy. Okay guys, so this is the unit itself, and as you can see, she's quite a sturdy little beast. Although the back's just plastic, the front is actually aluminium from what I can tell, and it is very, very sturdy. As you can see, it comes with the horrible lanyard. Now, you know my feelings on lanyard, guys. I normally chuck them straight in the bin, but because this is like a handheld thing to start with, I really do think having a lanyard is probably a good idea in this case. However, you have to use this handheld because, as you will see on the bottom, there are camera tray mounting points. So this can be mounted on a tray with full lights and all the shebang, so that's pretty good. Now, to open the beast up, it's just got the sort of standard camera housing sort of lock. You've got a little safety button, I don't know if you can see there, we'll get some close-up shots shortly. So you press that in and then twist it open and the case opens up. Inside, what have we got? Well, on this side, nothing particular, except we do have the O-ring. Now, you do get a spare O-ring as part of the kit, so that's a nice added bonus, and I'm guessing from SeaLife you can buy some extras as well. When we have a look inside the unit, we'll see that there's a little battery compartment, and if I can just pop the cover off that, the whole thing is powered only by 2 AAA batteries, which is nice and obviously can be bought absolutely anywhere in the world. Next to that is the moisture muncher, and as anybody who uses underwater camera knows, you need to get the moisture out of the unit before you dunk it in the cold water, because otherwise it just fogs the lens up. You can use little silica gel packets, or some have bespoke GoPro have these little horrible like tab things that you dry in an oven, but this goes for these little tubes full of, I guess, what are silicon gel crystals, but they're coloured. So they start off a nice kind of bluey colour, and then when they get used, they turn this like purpley pink colour, so that you know that they're no good. Now the one that's in the unit at the moment that I'm currently whittling away is kind of in between, a kind of violety colour, so we know that one's about halfway. I think we got some of these in the shop for about 11 quid for 10, so they're not super cheap but not very expensive either, so that's good. Also in here we've got the controls, which are very simple. It's just on and off. You switch the unit on, and you'll see here there are two little LEDs flashing, and if we just have a little close look at that, there you go, you can see them flashing. Now the red one is obviously the warning light. The blue one is the Bluetooth connection light, because this all works with your phone via a Bluetooth connection. You don't press any buttons and it presses your phone screen. There's none of that malarkey going on like in the old ones. It's all via Bluetooth. Then you've got the buttons here that actually match with the buttons on the outside, and then at the bottom you'll see this little thing here that if I just lick my finger and press on, you can hear that it's now detected a leak. So that's the first leak detection method that it uses, but it's also got a bit snazzier than that. So what else have you got in here? You've got these little rubber feet, and these are the bit that hold your phone together with this spring here. If I just get Sarah's phone, she just pops it in like so. So you press it up against that spring and then just slot it in, and that's it. It is as easy as that, guys. There's no need to line anything up. What I would suggest is you put it as far over to this side as you can so that it's picking up these rubber bits, and that's it. It's pretty much ready to go. And if we have a look, you can see the lens. So you can see if you've got like one of the posh iPhones with 3 or 4 lenses now, there's plenty of space for those. These little rubber standoffs here, you do get some different size ones as part of the kit. So if your phone's considerably bigger, which some do get considerably bigger than this, you can swap these out for smaller ones. There's all little grooves where you can pull these out, pop them in, so you get it to fit your phone exactly. And that's pretty much the inside of the case. So guys, Sarah's going to set up the camera for us now. So there's a couple of things you need to do that are specific to iPhone, but I'll talk you through it as we go. But we're going to get this camera set up ready to use. So what we got to do on the iPhone first then?
Obviously switch it on.
Yep.
And go into your settings. Just let me open my phone up.
Face ID.
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to have a look at some settings.
Go into your focus.
Focus, yeah.
You need to switch your phone into Do Not Disturb.
So you've got to put your phone in Do Not Disturb mode, guys, so you're not getting notifications or other bloody apps pinging up and doing shit with it while you're actually using it as a thing. So Do Not Disturb on, okay, that's fine.
So you just need to go into the brightness settings, just press and hold that.
Okay.
And then you'll see the 3 at the bottom, but the one you need is the True Tone. As you can see at the moment, that is on.
Switch that off.
You need to switch that off.
And again, guys, this is so that the phone's white balance and the screen is showing you actually what you're looking at, rather than it trying to do some funky iPhone colour correcting shine. What's next then?
Then you just need to make sure that you've got your Bluetooth.
Yeah, your Bluetooth obviously has to be on. As I said, it does work via Bluetooth, so you need to have it on to start with. Now, when you first set this up then, did you have to do the connect?
Yes.
Yeah, so the first time you've got to do it like a lot of Bluetooth devices, you know, pair it.
But the instruction manual that comes with the case is really straightforward, simple to use.
Excellent, perfect. Right, what's next?
Other thing is just make sure that you've got your airplane mode on, so just nothing comes
through. So airplane mode on as well as Do Not Disturb.
Just as an extra backup.
Okay.
And then once you've done that, come out of that, and then I just need to go to my app, which is the SeaLife app.
Yeah, so you do have to download an app, guys. It's just there, the SeaLife app. That basically loads up the app and the interface between the case and the phone. So as you can see, it's waiting for the connection. You've got a load of controls and information down here. Obviously there's no light on the battery because we've not switched it on yet on the housing, but it gives you all that kind of information. And then over here you've got some settings as well that we'll just run through very briefly as we get it set up. Okay.
Right, so just pop it in the case.
Yeah.
Switch the
beast on.
Switch the beast on.
There we go. And if we have a look at it this way, guys. So just focus on these LEDs here. So the minute you've got them flashing here, there we go. And there we go, guys. So if you see that little blue light has gone solid, and now it's asking you to do the pressure check. So as I said earlier, when I'd licked my finger and put it on that first sort of detector thing that detects water, that's its first level of leak detection. What's brilliant about this case is it comes with a vacuum pump. So you actually put a vacuum seal on it and it tells you what to do. So again, if we just have a quick look at the screen here. So what we'll do is we'll run you through this. So what Sarah's going to do now, she's going to get the pump. We'll close the unit up, get the pump, and she's going to pump it until this little needle here goes into good. Once that's done, the unit waits 3 minutes to 3 minutes 20. It does a pressure test to make sure it's got no leaks. So we'll just watch Sarah do that, all right?
Right, so just close the case up. So that needs to be set on sideways.
Yeah.
That slides into there, and you just flick it
click.
round, and you hear it click.
And it auto locks, yeah?
Yeah,
Perfect.
once you hear it click,
Okay.
it's locked. And to pump it up, you need to undo the port at the top.
Wonderful. Oh, that's loose, so don't lose that, guys. Don't do that. Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, cool.
And then to pump it, you just gently put your pump onto the top of the port.
Yeah.
And then just gently give it a couple of squeezes.
Okay.
And you'll see that it's
So
gone
that's
from
2
there.
squeezes, and as you'll see, it's gone to good. So once that's done, you can take that out, and yeah, screw the thing on. Beautiful. And now, if you can see, guys, we'll do the 3 minute 21. So it's going to count down. So there's now a vacuum in there. That it's got a sensor on the inside of the case that it knows what's happening, and it's going to wait for 3 minutes. And assuming everything's fine in 3 minutes, we shall see you then and see it complete its check. So here we are, guys, just counting down now. Oh, one thing I did forget to mention is they do have a screen protector on the back of this big plastic screen here. Again, you can buy more if you need them. But there we are. So, I don't know if you see that. So basically it says the waterproof seal is good, you can start your dive. That is pretty much the setup. So once we've got it up and running, I'll get my fingers away from the lens here, you can see you've got picture mode, video mode, settings mode, and play, which is obvious. The batteries are there, all indicating everything's fine. And we now have 2 lights, one blue that says the Bluetooth connection is good, and one just green. Everything's ready to go. Green is good, isn't it? If there's any issues, it starts going red. So you go along and you take your photos and you take your videos, and it is super, super easy. And I think the thing that I liked about this, and Sarah likes about this, is it doesn't give you loads of bloody options to do anything. It's pretty straightforward. Do you want to take a photo? Do you want to stop a video? There's a few settings on the thing depending on what phone it is, isn't it, yeah, Sarah? Because it depends on, if you've got one of the iPhones with all the snazzy lenses, you can tell it which lens you want to use. You might get more close-up, more telephoto, all that kind of stuff. Sarah's got some settings, I think there's 3, where there's normal zoom, which is obviously 1-time zoom. Then she's got a telephoto lens where it zooms in twice, and then she's got a different one that gives I can't even remember what that one is now, but it's the zoom ones. But obviously that all depends on what phone you're putting in this thing. Same with image quality, guys. The snazzier your phone you've got in it, the better the stuff's going to come out of it. Although, you know, Sarah's is an old phone, she's due an upgrade, she's getting some pretty good stuff coming out of it.
The only thing Andrew forgot to mention is, as you can see, there's a red filter on the front of this.
There is.
To pop it off, you just push the top here.
It's just a nice clip on. Yeah.
And it has got like a little lanyard.
Yeah, a little lanyard to keep it safe. And I guess now it would only be right to show you what it can actually do. So while we were on the liverboard last week, I did take this down, have a little play with it myself, just to get you guys some shots, some underwater shots. So here's a little montage, some lovely music of the stuff I've got and some of the stuff Sarah's got while she's been using it. agree, pretty damn good to be honest with you. And the controls are super simple. There's the big red button here. Just that's your start and stop, take a picture, all that kind of stuff. So it really is super duper simple to use. So I think now we'll just listen to it go balmy, because it does obviously when you take your phone out, because it's going to think there's a leak. So I'll pass it back to Sarah and let her talk us through that. Okay, so taking it out then, what do we do there?
Right, so once you've finished your snorkeling or your diving, make sure you just give it a quick dry, make sure it's all dry.
And rinse in fresh water?
Yes,
rinse in fresh water.
Rinse in fresh water.
Yeah.
Once you've done all that, you can then open this back up.
So this is the vacuum seal port, guys, and again, anybody who's used big cameras will know what this is. And in there, there's
bubble.
a little yellow rubber thing that obviously creates the seal, and it's got a nipple on the top, hasn't it? And I think all you do is pull that to one side. Now, if you listen, when she does that,
it just makes a little puff noise.
Makes a little puff noise. Well, doesn't it start kicking off now, saying that there's a...
Not till I've opened the camera.
Ah, okay.
So I put this back on so I don't lose it.
Me getting ahead of myself there, guys.
And so, then... As you can see now, it's flashing with the red.
So now we're flashing red because the vacuum seal's gone. So the system is saying to you, there we are. So now it thinks there's a leak, okay? So it's giving you the information, big red warning screen, big red flashy light, bad, 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 but obviously we're okay. Yep.
So again, just press the red button in.
Pressing the lock button in.
Twist it round.
And then you get all the bleepy, because now there's something very wrong. So that's what the system thinks, or the housing thinks.
And then what I do is I just switch it off.
Just switch it off. And job, as they say, is it good? Brilliant. I think for the money, guys, this is one of the best mobile phone systems out there. I really do. It's much better than the crap that they used to have, and I think it's an absolute winner. I like my big camera and to be able to zoom and macro, but I think this has got absolute real potential, I guess, as long as you're not worried about putting 1,200-1,300 quid's worth of iPhone into a case. It is super safe in the case. If you see, there's multiple detection systems. Your phone is going to be as safe as it possibly can in this housing. But I fully understand that some people might still go, But I think for your average user, this is great. And I think what really, really sets this one apart is they've designed it so you can use it with a tray. And obviously it fits with all SeaLife accessories and all that kind of jazz. But, you know, you can stick it on basically any tray. It's standard mounting points, which I think is an absolute boom for it. And I think it's going to be a winner, even in UK diving. I really, really do. Cost-wise, I got this from Roho, our partner centre, so I got a nice juicy discount, but I think this is currently retailing for about £290, which is not an amount to be sniffed at, but for the quality of the item, I do think it's worth its money. I really, really do. Check out SeaLife on their Insta feed and their Facebook, so you can see what this beast can do as well in good hands, not my crappy point and click touristy hands, because they've been getting some superb stuff out of this, and you know, they give you all the details about what phone it was, what depth and all that kind of jazz, so you can judge it for yourself as well. But other than that, guys, I think that's probably about it. There's not too much more to say. I will leave links down to SeaLife where you can buy this and where you can look at all the accessories, because it does come with a few. You can buy a backpack and all that kind of stuff, as well as the spares that you need for it. But other than that, guys, I think that's about it done for this one. So I will see you, as always, on the next one. Bye-bye.